Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK Journey video. In this video, the trailer for Cyran has just been uploaded by AFK Journey. We're gonna go ahead and get right into it to take a look at his skills.
Magic exists to be wielded, and by those with ambition.
AFK stages in arena. Okay. Okay, there is going to be a control effect. Gravitic Requiem, his ultimate skill. Cyran selects a tile and summons a black hole that lasts for a certain duration. It deals damage every second to enemies and pulls them towards its center. The closer the enemies are to the center, the stronger the pull. And you're noticing it here in the skill that all of the enemies are trying to run towards Cyran, but they're unable to. They keep getting pulled back towards the center. And the duration seems relatively long, maybe a 4 or 5 second duration, and definitely this would have synergy with Ulmus. This ability reminds me a lot of the Season 2 Waves of Intrigue Celestial Hypogean buff tiles. The dark buff tile would cause enemies to periodically be grouped up together in like a dark hole, and that is kind of a lot like this, right? Okay, very interesting. So crowd control. He will be good for Iron Ulmus combos, for AFK stages. I guess that is what they're talking about. Wow, okay, interesting. And there's an execution. Non-boss enemies within the black hole center will be instantly defeated if the HP drops below a certain threshold. And I think, okay, if this is going to work the same way as Cryonia's ability, but I think it might not, because instantly defeated is going to be like Odie's skill description. And so against Doran, Taylene, those heroes are not actually going to be removed from the battlefield. They will be able to revive themselves. I'm assuming it will be the same mechanic for Cyran. So it isn't like Cryonia, who actually turns them into ice statues and they're destroyed. Okay, so, but it is an execution which is useful for other heroes, right? Okay, Arcane Barrage. Dealing damage right up close to him, looks like. Okay, they're projected at the enemies 3 orbs. Cyran casts multiple magic orbs toward the area with the most enemies, dealing damage to enemies in an area. So if they're all grouped up in the front line, then he will hit them. But if they're grouped up in the back, he will hit those heroes. And the damage looks pretty good. Definitely cool. And if it's on a low cooldown, this can be pretty powerful. Cursed Grasp. Oh wow. Okay, so this is like binding spell. So far Cyran is like kind of a combination of the previous season dark buff tile, the binding spell, throwing like the nearby. Cyran uses magic to lift the nearest enemy into the air, imprisoning them for a while before hurling them into the area with the most enemies, dealing damage. And is it knocking down all enemies? Or I think it is only knocking down the Lumont who's being thrown, but dealing damage to those enemies. Wow. So he's going to counter to an extent melee heroes because they're going to run towards him. He can lift them up, throw them back to the enemy backline. And also he has his ultimate ability which will keep drawing all of the enemies towards the center of the black hole. Mystic Recollection exclusive skill. So the enemies are running at him. He has a haste buff for himself. And he deals damage and provides an attack debuff onto Odie, who's far away. Wow, okay. Mystic Recollection exclusive skill. Cyran casts the following skills in sequence when a battle starts. First, he provides Enlightening spell, grants himself haste for a while, during which he is unaffected. Okay, like the Enlightening spell artifact. Confining spell deals damage to the rearmost enemy, imprisoning them for a while and preventing them from moving or acting. But there was an attack debuff on the Odie as well, right? Deals damage to the rearmost, imprisoning them and preventing them from moving or acting. That's like Confining. Star Shard spell conjures a dark flame across the battlefield, dealing true damage to all enemies. Oh, and reducing their attack speed. Okay, interesting. So it's a combination of the 3, honestly, most powerful artifacts in this game, or for the regular, like, non-seasonal artifacts. Enlightening to make him unaffected. And this is at the battle beginning, but then I think it is going to wear off. But like right from the beginning of the battle, he's going to have all of this power. Confining, Enlightening, and then also Star Shard. But Confining is only going to be one rearmost enemy. It's not going to be 2 enemies like, for example, the actual artifact. And Star Shard spell, reducing attack speed and dealing the true damage. But Is even the front line? Yeah, even the front line had their attack speed reduced. Wow. Okay, after unlocking a specific upgrade effect, Cyran can also silence the enemy Merlin for a while. And that might be the plus 10, maybe even plus 15 upgrade. And now this means that Merlin will not be able to cast his artifacts, which is really strong, right? Replicate Merlin's magic. Cyran replicates the magic of the current Merlin, casting the Enlightening Confining and Starshard spells in sequence at the start of the battle. And he silences after unlocking a specific upgrade for his exclusive skill. Cyran can silence the enemy Merlin, preventing them from using their artifact spells. That is crazy. Like, so I wonder, I think this would apply even to seasonal content, and then even the seasonal artifact would be silenced, and that will give your team a huge edge in PvP battle by preventing the enemy from using their artifact. I don't know the duration of it. Probably there's going to be a limited duration. I don't know if it would be for the whole fight, but generally you guys know that in PvP fights are decided very quickly, and so even like a 10-second, for example, like maybe block of the artifact could be impactful enough. So looking pretty decent for PvP. Honestly, because of that, that's a really good tech option. Black hole gravity. Cyran summons a black hole that exerts strong gravity. The closer enemies are to its center, the stronger the pull they experience. That is his ultimate ability, right? Or because there was something about his ultimate. Gravitic Requiem is his ultimate skill, which I guess summons a black hole. And low HP execution completely devours and instantly defeats low HP non-boss enemies within the black hole center. Team synergy will be, yeah, Almus Iron combo, because that is going to group enemies up, and then also Almus's basically elongation of the control effects that is going to apply to Cyran's dark hole as well. That is going to keep immobilizing, pulling enemies towards the center. While Carolina applies continuous control and damage, even Bonnie would be good, because I'm thinking Cyran will be a magical damage dealer too. Then Cyran can focus on inflicting damage to clustered enemies. His black hole continuously pulls enemies in, controlling them and dealing damage. So definitely, yeah, Iron, Almus, Cyran could even be new meta AFK stage. So look at this. Iron is going to group them all up. Almus is going to prolong the duration. And now we have... Where's the black hole? Don't see the black hole because I guess that is only when we cast our ultimate to actually summon the black hole. Now we have the black hole and that's going to probably execute them, right? Yeah. This is crazy, especially if you can give energy boosting like Rowan or even the twins to allow you to cast your ultimates more frequently. Cyran is looking really strong.
Now, I'd wager my magic has surpassed even yours.
I am really excited about Cyran. You guys let me know, what do you think about him from this first preview? Honestly speaking, I think for AFK stages, he looks like he's going to be a pretty good option. Maybe not necessarily like a must-have, because I think Iron Almus comp can work with a lot of different combos. However, this would probably enhance it, maybe even be a better option for certain stages. I don't know if the new like overall meta team could be something like Iron Almus, one wild hero, maybe Tassi, twins, and then your Cyran. Potentially that could be a new meta AFK stage lineup. For PvP, he's looking really interesting because not only are his skills good, but he has that silence of the enemy Merlin, which is going to prevent them from using their artifacts. And he has like an artifact boost for himself at the beginning of the match, which gives him a pretty big advantage. Overall, I like him a lot. The fact that he'll be unaffected at the beginning of the match because he has a lightning spell. That is really strong with his exclusive skill. And his ultimate is very impactful. But the problem is he is a bit ultimate dependent. So for AFK stages, that is going to be fine because you will be able to cast multiple ultimates. But for PvP, heroes which are ultimate dependent, is kind of a problem because they could be killed before able to cast their ultimate. They could be interrupted by Lily May. But overall, I like his kit a lot. I think there's a lot of synergy behind it. You guys can let me know what you think about Cyran in the comment section. Are you planning to recruit for him? Now, in terms of recruiting for him, I think, for me, I'm probably going to recruit for him up until Supreme Plus for AFK stage pushing. I want to try him out over there. For PvP, you could even use him at Supreme Plus, but it will depend on what type of opponents you're facing. Like, for example, if you're a player and you're like a Paragon 2 average upgrade level, maybe Paragon 3, then if you get a Cyran to Supreme Plus, I don't know if that's going to be impactful enough. I think it's still going to be a good tech option for PvP by silencing the enemy's artifact. Like on offense, you could definitely take advantage of that if there's a key artifact synergy from the enemy team. And on defense, I think that Cyran can also be run, however with less effectiveness, because then the opponent knows that he's going to be silencing your artifacts, so he's not going to build a team, which is really hard dependent on the beginning of the fight having that artifact active. But overall, I think he's a really cool looking hero. I am more excited about Cyran than I was about Lorison. Lorison was kind of like a burst, like a whale toy, because he can further enhance the strength of nuking comps. But Lorison for the majority of players was a pass. He wasn't very useful for AFK stages. Cyran seems pretty decent. So if you haven't recruited for Lorison, and you're thinking and you have the resources to recruit for Cyran, and you have most of your other key heroes like built up, like for example on your regular wish list, then I think going for Cyran might not be a bad choice as of right now, and you can always swap ticking him out with another S level hero if another more impactful one comes out later in the season. But honestly, to me, he's looking like a pretty solid hero. Yeah, I'm excited about him. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section, but that is going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you guys are not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please subscribe. We're on our road to 20,000 subscribers. Let's hit it before the end of the season. Also guys, join my AFK Journey Discord server. There's a link to that in the description of this video, and we chat about everything related to AFK Journey, so I hope to see you guys there. But until then guys, or until the next video, thank you for watching, and everyone, peace out for now.